Good morning. Welcome to today's workout. Today we're going to be working on the core again. It is a bit of a reverse of last week's workout, adding 3-pound weights, or you can go as little as 1 pound or 2 pound. Don't go heavy, any heavier than 3 pounds. So you'll need 2 weights for your workout. You can use soup cans if you don't have weights at home. That's perfectly fine. And I think probably an 8-ounce to 16-ounce soup can is pretty good grip to hold on to. So if you need to have time to go get those, go grab those. You'll need your mat, a block, and a chair today. So I want to just go review breathing. Last week, we worked on breathing in all of our exercises, but we started with a simple breathing standing. So we'll repeat that again. Hand up here, just above the chest, hand below that navel. I just want you to inhale. Feel how that expands all the way around the torso. Exhale, draw gently in at the navel. Now let's repeat that again and look at it from a different perspective. I want you to inhale. Notice the breath came from through the chest, into the rib, down to the pelvic floor. As you're holding that breath, you're going to exhale. Notice the breath move from the pelvic floor up and out. Let's repeat that again, focusing on where the breath is moving in and out. Now, let's make more of a sound with our breath so we really hear it. I tend to want to do that breathing through my mouth. So I'm going to make a much more loud sound with my breathing so I can hear it. Notice as you do that, you can feel the expansion, you can feel the breath coming in. You can feel the navel draw in, you can feel the pelvic floor pulling up. So you want to focus on that breath throughout your workout. Today we're going to start with easy pose. We're not going to be at easy pose on the floor. If you're not comfortable there, sit in the chair. If you need a prop to place underneath your hips, so I'm going to grab a pillow. I'm going to take this pillow and just bring it down to my mat. So I have a little bit of height. And I'm just going to go right into those cross legs and into my easy pose. So I hope that you're continuing to work this position. It's a great way to open the hips. And that's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to start out with something that opens the hips, also lengthens the spine and gets us more connected to our breath. So focusing on that breathing, focus on one that works for you, whether it's hearing your breath, feeling the breath coming in from the chest down to the pelvic floor, exhaling out from the pelvic floor, out through the chest, or that expansion and that navel drawing. Determine what works and resonates for you. We'll just start with a nice, simple 3 breaths in. Taking a deep breath and exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. Notice as you're inhaling how your body gets long and your spine lengthens. Let's add to that. I'm just going to move my chair out of the way. We're going to inhale, bring the arms reaching up. And exhale down. Again, inhale up. And exhale. Notice where you're tight. Inhale up. And exhale. This next one, let's just inhale, reaching up and hold. Exhale. Draw the ribs down. Again, inhale. And exhale, draw the ribs down. One more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale for me. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side bend to other side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lengthen to that one side. Inhale. Exhale, we'll hold it for a breath here. Inhale for me. And exhale. Coming up, inhale. Exhale, holding it. Inhale. And exhale up. Bringing those arms down. Take and just go to a rotation. Take your opposite hand to your opposite knee. Bring your opposite hand back. And just hold this here. And let's just focus on our breathing. Inhaling. Let's make a sound where we hear it. If you'd like to add to that stretch, you can take your hand that's behind you and wrap it around your waist. You could take and turn that head toward your opposite shoulder, drawing your back shoulder down. 2 more breaths. We're going to just unwind that. Same thing on the other side, taking the hand the opposite knee, your other hand behind, and just going right into a twist. 2 deep breaths. Sitting nice and tall. If you'd like more of a stretch, take that hand, wrap it around your waist. You could look towards the opposite shoulder, draw those shoulders down. Focus on rotating through the waistline and the ribs. Inhale. Focusing on getting tall. And release that. Get the hands out in front of you. Keeping the spine long. Focus on a hinge here. Fold forward at the hips. So you're going to fold forward at the hips and just gently walk the hands forward as far as you feel comfortable, maintaining a long spine. So you don't want to flex or bend into that spine. You don't want to round into this. You want to lift the chest. We're going to walk the hands over to one side. And we're going to see if we can reach those hands out a little further. And with your inside arm, you're going to walk that hand a little further out, stretching along the side. Good. Walk those hands back to center and to the other side. And again, see if you can walk the hands a little further out. And then this inside arm is going to walk a little further forward. Just a nice stretch. Push those knees down, open the hips, widen the sit bones. Nice. Bring it back to center. Reach it out as far as you can. Focus sit bones widening out, broadening. And then when you're ready, walk that back up. Nice job. We're just going to switch the legs really quick and just try and get a little bit more open on that opposite side. So from here, we'll just take it just to a simple rotation. Just a nice, easy twist. Just back and forth, very slow. Don't rush it. Good. Nice and easy. Getting that rotation. And then from here, just back to that side stretch, reaching it up. Good. And other side, reaching it up. Good. And then bringing those hands forward. Again, walk it out, broaden the hips. How far can you go? You might find you're more flexible on one side. Good. Bringing it forward. We're just going to finish it with a little rotation from the hips. So we're just going to rotate the torso around the hips. Just small little circles, pressing the chest out. And then you come back into a little bit of cat, pushing into cow, flexing, extending, pushing that chest forward, putting that chest in, and we're going to reverse it. Nice. Nice, easy way Start our workout. Loosen everything up. Give me one more. Nice job. And come on up. Bring those knees up together. We're going to take our prop, move it off to the side. And then we're going to go right into some work on our core. But we're going to start with a hip opener here. So first, we're going to go into a butterfly. So I like this position, and it's a nice position again. We're back in this open position that we were in easy pose. If easy pose is hard for you on the floor and we were just doing it in the chair, this gives you an opportunity to open up these hips. Now you can do more of a restorative approach and place something underneath the knees for more support. If you feel comfortable here, then you can just allow gravity to start opening these hips up. Place one hand at the chest, one hand underneath the navel. Again, we're going to go to a loud breathing so we hear the breath. We're going to inhale. And I want you to focus. The breath starts from the chest. Fills down to the pelvic floor as we exhale. We exhale from the lower belly up to the chest. Inhale. Two more breaths. Nice way to create that open space. Notice how relaxed the back is. Shoulders are relaxed to the floor. Head is in neutral. If you have a tendency that chin to pop up, place a small pillow so that your head is propped and you're in a more neutral position. Draw those knees together. Notice that the tailbone is anchored. We're not flat in the back down. So we want to maintain that position. We're going to go to extending those legs out. I want you to flex the feet. Flex those feet, push through the legs. Reach the arms overhead and just stretch. So think of standing tall and reaching overhead. Now we're going to bring those hands down to our side. Last week we did mountain pose to start. They call this corpse pose if we're relaxed, so let it go. But now we're mimicking mountain pose by flexing the feet, pushing through the feet, being very mindful of the arm positioning. Relax at the side, shoulders open, tailbone down, ribs down. This is mimicking that proper position of standing. We're going to keep one leg straight, and we're going to keep that foot flexed as we bring the other knee in toward the chest. Now, I want you to keep the foot flexed, maintain neutral pelvis. So don't flatten or drop the lumbar just to bring your knee into your chest. So I want you to see how far you can get that leg towards you. And we're going to do that by slowly bringing that knee outward. Okay, so I'm going to bring my knee outward. I'm going to draw my knee towards my armpit. I'm going to maintain this neutral long spine. My ribs stay down, my tailbone stays down, my opposite leg stays straight. And I'm just trying to draw that knee towards my shoulder, my armpit. I'm gently just drawing it towards me, using my hand, the back of the knee. We're all going to be different how far we can go. Just make sure you don't collapse into that low back. So you got collapsing and flattening the lumbar. You should feel a lot of core work here, maintaining that neutral. Good. Extend that leg back. We're going to go same thing on the other leg. So just starting with the knee coming more towards the nipple line. Notice I don't bring it that far. I'm going to extend and press through my straight leg, driving that leg long, maintaining my neutral pelvis, keeping that tailbone anchored. Then I'm going to start to bring this leg out wider towards my shoulder and start to allow my knee to come closer towards my shoulder, my armpit, again, while maintaining my neutral pelvis, tailbone down, not collapsing through that arch, relaxing to that upper back. So I'm not using both hands. I'm not trying to crank. My shoulders are relaxed. I'm just using one hand to prop that leg and bring that leg in. This is a half baby pose. So we're going to move into happy baby pose by bringing both knees in. Now, as we do, what I want you to do is start to draw the knees toward your shoulders, but avoid flattening the lumbar. Keep the lumbar neutral. If you have the ability to grab those toes, grab the toes. If I do this and then I have a better ability to anchor my tailbone, I can grab my toes. Because I basically push my toes into my fingers. Okay, if you don't have that kind of flexibility, grab at the lower leg. Just find a point where you can grab and resist. So I'm resisting, pulling with my hands and resisting with my legs, anchoring my tailbone down. And from here, we're just going to rock side to side. This is a great core exercise. I like Happy Baby. Happy Baby is one of those ones that I was taught to work my obliques, and I tended to fall to my right side. I had zero control to the right. So to my left, I was always had control, so I knew what it felt like, it should feel like to the right. And I've had to work this. I try to work this at least once a week. And I'm still sometimes weaker on that right side. Some people, you aren't even going to notice this. This is just a good way of working these obliques and controlling the body, stopping and then initiating the roll. Why do they call this Happy Baby? Because this is how babies, one of the first things they learn to do in order to crawl. They have to, first of all, be able to roll over. And they're working their hips, working their obliques. Good. Let that go. Bring that on in. Come on up. And we're going to shift. I'm moving down my mat. I got to get myself reorganized here. So from here, we're going to go back down to a lying position. Okay. And I want you to go knees bent in tabletop. So we're in table. So we came from baby into table, hands out to the side. We're going to do a simple twist. We're going to let the legs drop from one side to one side, and we're going to look to the opposite. If that's not easier in your neck, just look to the ceiling. Make sure, though, that the shoulders are on the floor. So only roll as far as you can get those shoulders on the floor. We're going to take 2 breaths here. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, release the shoulders. Open the chest. Good. Inhale, draw the knees back to table. Exhale. Other side. 2 breaths in. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale, feel that chest open. Inhale, bring it up. Now we're going to window washer, which is just the same movement, but in constant motion. So inhale for me. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale over. I turn my palms down just to have a better connection to the floor. And then inhale as I come over. Exhale as I come up. Exhale. Inhaling to the side. Exhaling to the top. Great exercise for the core. Now, if that is too much of a challenge, you could take that and have the legs, feet on the ground. Same thing, working on that rotation and using the obliques to bring the legs back up. Let's try one more each side. Inhaling, exhale. And exhale back to top. Okay, from here, we're going to go to a tabletop position again. But before we do, let's bring those hands behind the head. We're going to use the hands to help bring the head up. So we've been working on this. Last week, we used a strap. Make sure you maintain that neutral pelvis, tailbone down, slight curvature, rib cage down. So as you bring that head up, you should feel that rib knit. This works that rectus abdominis. We're going to do single leg stretch, but we're going to focus head staying up throughout that position. So use the hands. You can use the strap if that worked for you last week. It felt comfortable. Bring the legs up. Remember, we've used the idea of using the mat. Whatever works for you. And we're just going to go right into our single leg stretch. So keep the feet in flexion as you extend out. And I want you to focus on the core, how the ribs are knit in, pulling down. The purpose of the hands is to support the head. So don't broaden the elbows. That's going to add more load. I want you to focus on drawing the ribs in and down, working this upper ab as you extend those legs. Exhaling, exhale, exhale with each extension. Now, we're going to add in a single arm extension. So we're going to go ahead and extend, 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 extend. So one arm is moving, just one arm. Good. We're really going with dead bug here. Nice job. Nice job. Keep it going. One hand is holding you up. Bring it on in. Switch arms. Same thing. Same thing. Just alternating or getting that arm moving with those legs. Keep the ribs knit down and in. Pushing through the feet. Last two. Bring it in. Let the body rest for a moment. We're going to try that. Both arms and legs moving at the same time. Head is going to come up. Now, if you have a hard time here, keep the head on the ground. If you can't, you're going to come up. I want you to really work this rectus abdominis. And we're just going to go with alternating arm and leg. Here's your dead bug. In motion. 3 and 2 and 1. And bring those hands behind the head, lower it down. Nice job. We're going to move that coming up to the side. We're going to go into our sideline position. You're going to need a single weight for this, just one. And you can use the block. So last week we did a sideline position, and we had been using the block. So in this position here. If you want to challenge your core a little bit more, you can take the block away. The key on this is to make sure that the rib cage is pushing up. So we want to make sure that we're pushing off the block. Okay, we don't want to sink into the block. I'm not going to use the block today. So if you don't want to use the block, you can also challenge yourself coming down. This to me maybe could connect you better to your oblique. So try it, see which one works best for you. Pull that rib cage up, that's the key. We don't want to sink. If this shoulder relaxes and moves to my ear, I'm not using my oblique or my core. I want to push up, which is going to ease the pressure off the shoulder and put more workload through your waistline. Okay, what am I doing with this weight? I'm going to take it and hook it behind my knee. Oh, last week we put a prop there. Today it's a weight. And we're just going to go to what? Side leg raise. Exactly what we did last week, adding on. So it's just lifting that knee upward. So I worked with a couple people this week, and I noticed that they wanted to rotate. So don't rotate the hips. Don't roll the hips. Keep the hips forward. This oblique, your rib cage pulled up. It's not a big lift. Squeeze that prop. Don't let go of it. Good. A little hamstring work here as well. I really felt my hamstrings last week for quite a few days. Make sure we stretch those hamstrings out. We will do that today, but make sure you stretch your hamstrings out throughout the week. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. If it feels like your prop's getting a little loose, tighten it up. Bring it forward and then back. Forward and back. Squeeze that prop. I find it's easier to keep a good grip on that weight if my foot is relaxed. Now, a soup can probably is not going to work for this, so it might be too fat, but maybe it does. A water bottle will work. Bringing it forward and then back, and forward and back. Like you're bringing that knee toward the chest, but the pelvis stays neutral, never leaving our neutral position. Good. Give me 3, and 2, and then 1. Nice. And then we'll go right into our circle. We're going to add in those circles today. These are tough. Squeeze, squeeze. Notice I keep that knee pretty high. I don't drop it down too low. And let's reverse it. Good job. Just reversing that back. Feeling that glute. Nice. Focusing on pushing up and out of that shoulder. We're working on that side plank, but we're also working those hips. And we'll let it relax. We're going to take that weight out. We're going to stay in this position, side lying. We're going to take the weight in our hand. We're going to go to a side raise. Side raise. Now, really important, watch how I continue to push off, away from the floor. Okay? My arm is just going out to the side. I'm not going directly in a position where I'm going directly toward the ceiling. I'm still at an angle with that arm. Now I can add to that my leg out. Okay? I can add to that my leg out. I can add to that my leg up. So whichever position works for you. Here, side lying, leg out, foot on the floor, leg up. Lift that rib up. Lift it up. Nice. Now, we're going to bring that weight down in front, and we're going to take ourselves right here. Here's that modified side plank. Bring that foot down. Here I am now lifted. Here I am, full side plank. And this is that modified bent knee position. I want you to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Nice job. Bring it on down. We're going to switch that and go to the other side. So same thing. Again, you can use the block here underneath the elbow if you like. Really get a firm grip on that weight. Pull up with that rib cage. Make sure you feel connected in your core. There should be no softness in the abs. And it's just side leg raise. Flex that foot, with the leg gripping that weight, that top leg. So you don't lose that weight. And just side leg raise. Make sure you're pushing up and out of the shoulder. Working on that side plank. And it's lift. Lift. Again, we're not rotating back to lift the knee up. We're lifting the foot and the knee in a parallel line up toward the ceiling. Squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to reconnect my weight, swinging it forward and back. Forward and back. Now, as I do this, I want to make sure my hips stay stacked. So I'm not rotating the hip. I'm just extending open, flexing forward. Focus on this bottom rib. Stay focused on the shoulders. We don't want to get fatigued out on the shoulder. We want to push away. That's going to be all these muscles underneath the armpit, down to the rib cage. That's that serratus, our obliques, that side position. We need those to be strong. Give me 2 more. Nice job. Push it back. I'm going right into those circles. Squeeze your prop. Don't lose the prop. Don't rotate the knee up. It's small. Again, I'm not rotating up. I'm just keeping that leg parallel. Reverse it. If you start to feel that shoulder, maybe move the arm out a little bit. Keep it up. Last 2. Nice job. Bring it on in. Oh, let it relax. Feels good to let that relax. So again, we're pushing up. Notice we tend to want to come into this position. We're going to push up and out. Here's that side arm raise. Side arm raise. Good. Keep that going. Lift and lift. Now, from here, I can add on to this leg extended out. Okay. So I could go holding here, or I could lift that leg. So you have options in this position. You want to make sure, no matter what, you're pulling up. You're not letting that rib cage go. Whether that leg is out, or it's elevated, or it's down. Good. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Bring that on down. Bring the weight out in front of you. So here is your modified side plank, right? My hips on the ground, my knees on the ground, I'm pulling up. I come up to the knee, lift that leg. I want you to go where it's comfortable to you. You're gonna hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let that relax. Okay, we're gonna take our weight off to the side. We're gonna grab our chair. We're gonna come standing for a moment. I'm gonna move my chair so that it is on my mat. It's in a good position. This is where you can have an option. We're gonna do some plank to down dog, and we're gonna go through a series here. We're gonna do a building series to work on your strength in your arms. You can do it off the chair. You could do it off a low stool. You could do it on the ground. I don't have a low stool to show you, so I'll show you off the chair, just holding plank. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale, come back. Down dog. Now, if I was on the ground, I would be in plank. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then come back. What I want you to focus on is your core. So as you're in this position, I'm going to show you from the chair, in your plank position, I want you to feel connected here. Make sure that you feel your abs are engaged. As you push back into your down dog, again, pull up. Make sure you feel tension. Don't collapse the abdominals. Don't round the back. Long spine. Keep tension in the abdominals. Okay, I'm going to take approach to the ground. So we're all going to come to plank. You're either going on a low stool, on a chair, or on the floor. Take 2 breaths here. Exhale. Down dog. 2 breaths. Focus the breathing in the belly. Inhale forward. 3 breaths. Push through the heels. Lengthen through the spine. As you're breathing, you feel that tension. Exhale that. Even in your down dog, keep tension in the belly. Coming forward, 4 breaths. Down dog. Listen to your breath. Biceps turning upwards. So biceps turn up to the ceiling. Forward into plank. Last one, 5 breaths. Focus on your core and your breathing. Biceps rotate forward. Push out the shoulders. Push back into your down dog. This is where it's easy to let go of your core. Focus navel to spine as you exhale. Keep the connection. Walk it forward, slowly towards your hands. Bring the hands back to the chair. Nice job. From here, we're going to take it back to our plank position. Everyone's going to move to plank and then down dog. We're going to add to this a little more challenge. It's easier, I think, from the chair. So come back into down dog and hold. Lift one leg up. Now from here, you're going to come forward. Exhale. Inhale. Try and see if you can keep that heel elevated on your back leg. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come extend that leg out to plank. Bring it out and in. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. 2 more. Bring both legs back down. Push back. In down dog. Extend your back leg. Nice. Lift that heel if you can. Come forward. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come back to your plank. Leg to the side. Exhale and inhale. Just a side press. One more. Legs down. Push down, your down dog. Step forward for me. We haven't done this one in a while. We're going to step forward in a position where our hips are in line with our ankle, and we're going to drop down. Forearms are in line or parallel to the bottom to the floor. Make sure the shoulders are back, and you're going to press up, press up, press up. Good. Now from here, we're going to step it back a little bit. Same thing. And press up. Get your body weight back. A little bit of tricep underneath that armpit. What are we doing with the core? Drawing in and up. Don't relax the abs. Keep tension in the abdominals. Good. One more. Let's bring the body a little more over the hands. You don't want to be behind the chair. And we're going to come bend those knees and lower and press. You don't have as far to go here. I bent my knee to just soften my load. Core engaged. Give me 3, 2, and 1. That comes from step it forward. That comes from doing our work at the wall. So if you ever want to work those triceps, that's a great place to go. Okay, we're going to go back to the ground. We're going to finish up with a simple little rollback. Think cat-cow. So in cat, we're rounded. Cow, we're lifted. Now we're going to apply, this is a little yoga, right? And then exhale. Inhale, rather. Exhale. Inhale. Now let's apply the idea of a roll down. And what are we really doing on a roll down? Drawing the ribs into the body. Lifting up, lengthening. So it's an exhale, inhale. So we're not thrusting the ribs forward as we come up, we're just lengthening up. As we come down, we're just drawing the ribs back into the body. We're not collapsing that lumbar. So it's inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale. One more, and then exhale. Good, so let's apply that to now a pike position. So watch how I went from here, I'm in my cat, right, or my ribs down, I'm gonna just lighten up those toes. See if you can bring both legs up, hold the ribs down, and lengthen the spine. See if you can bring both legs as high as you can, pulling the ribs down. You could do it with slight softness of the knee, anywhere in that tabletop position. This is a hard position to get into. Let that relax. Take your feet, cross them, press it up, let it go. Let's try it one more time. It's both pose in yoga. So we're going to apply our Pilates roll back. Roll back. So I'm no longer up on my sit bones. I came back to the fleshy. We're going to come up. Here's boat pose. The key is keep that abdominal engaged. Pull the spine long. Let the shoulders relax down. If you can, take those legs to pike pull the body upwards. Don't let the spine collapse. If you need to have those knees bent, that's fine. You can stay in tabletop, that's fine. Cross the legs the opposite direction, lift, and then let that go. Now, from here, we're gonna grab our 3-pound weight, and we're gonna go into that idea, feet planted, draw the ribs back, give me a subtle roll back. Weight is in the hand, we're just gonna rotate right to left. Now I'm gonna turn and face you so you can see that my knees and my hips are not moving. Very subtle, side to side, side to side. Very small range of motion here. Keep those feet planted. Nice. Give me 4, 3, you don't need a weight, you could use a block for this. Good, last 2, nice. Keep connected there at that rib. Bring it on up. Okay. Thought of a nice way to utilize this position in a 100. So I'm sitting tall, going back, same thing, sink those ribs. Give me a little lean back. We're not gonna lift the legs up to pike, but we're gonna let go and go into a 100. So I want you to stay connected here. Get the legs extended out to where you don't feel a lot of tension in the hip fold. Good. Now we're gonna see if we can roll back a little bit further. Keep the tension here at that rib. 100. Straight arm, it's like you're patting a dog, kind of hard. Good puppy. There you go. Good. And let's roll back a little bit further. And again, try and keep those feet planted. Staying connected right here, just at the top of the rib line. That's that rectus abdominis holding us in place. Nice. Let's go ahead and extend the legs. Go back a little bit further. Good. Holding. There's your 100. Good. Nice. Go back a little bit further. You're going to go as far as you can. See if you can hold it. And come down. Inhale. Exhale. Come halfway up. See if you can pull yourself and then come on up. Nice. And relax that. Let that